Hello everybody. In this video, we are going to discuss Samuel Johnson's On Sorrow. On Sorrow is both an expository and argumentative essay. Johnson tries first to illustrate on his ideas about sorrow. Then, he obviously tries to convince the reader of his own point of view of sorrow. He also creates his own definition of sorrow. The essay tackles the idea of sorrow. So, the first thought in the essay is the difference between sorrow and other human passions. Sorrow differs from the other human affections in that it does not occur because that its desire is not fulfilled, but because this end cannot be fulfilled. Sorrow continues to exist and live with the humans as a part of their lives. Johnson states this idea when he says there is no remedy provided by nature. For example, if somebody experiences sorrow because he lost a dear person through death, how can one bring this dear person back? Johnson also says sorrow requires what it cannot hope, that the laws of the universe should be repealed, that the dead should return, or the past should be recalled. We cannot bring the dead back, so we cannot put an end to sorrow that is caused by death. The second idea in the essay is what sorrow is and what is not. Johnson points out that sorrow is not regret or feeling sorry. Sorrow is defined as that state of the mind in which our desire is fixed upon the past without looking forward to the future, wishing that something were otherwise than it has been. According to Johnson, sorrow is anguish that has no exact cure. The third idea in the essay is that if the person controls sorrow and gives his soul a chance to overcome it, sorrow is acceptable here. But if sorrow controls one's soul, this is an unacceptable level of sorrow. Sorrow is justifiable when it is a reaction for a certain loss or sadness, but it is unacceptable when it controls one's thought and disturbs his life. Solution is the fourth idea in the essay. In Johnson's opinion, the best solution to overcome sorrow is to involve those who experience sorrow in fruitful works. He rejects the opinion of other people who say that the only solution for sorrow lies in preventing the problem from happening. For example, don't love something dearly so that the loss will not bring sadness and then sorrow. People suggest two remedies for the problem of sorrow. The first suggestion lies in experiencing joy, while others believe in convincing the people who experience sorrow to forget the source of their sorrow. About the structure of the essay is built of 14 paragraphs. Every paragraph has an idea that is related to the other ideas of the essay. Unity and cohesion exist as main characteristics of the essay, especially at the level of paragraphs. In general, the essay is divided into two parts. The first part presents the problem, and the second offers the solution. He achieved both unity and cohesion by connecting the ideas and the sentences logically. About the style, the essay is difficult to understand due to many reasons that lie in the style. The first reason is the level of diction. Johnson uses high-level vocabulary. If we have a look at the first three paragraphs, we can notice a number of difficult words such as agitated, extension, inciting, animates, indulged, and etc. The second reason is the nature of the subject matter itself. It is a psychological topic, so it is difficult to discuss and understand. Approaching such a topic drags the author to use a great deal of abstraction and theorizing. The reader of the essay also needs to understand the philosophical ideas the author offers, so he needs deep knowledge in the psychological field. The third reason is the length of sentences. Johnson uses long sentences to express his ideas, and this raises the level of difficulty of the essay. He mostly uses complex, compound, and compound-complex sentences. For example, if we look at the 10th paragraph, we notice that a sentence occupies the whole paragraph. The fourth reason is Johnson's use of negative and double negative frequently in his argument. For example, he says, though it cannot be reasonable not to gain. He uses double negative many times throughout the essay. Finally, Johnson uses an elusive style in which he makes references to persons and events outside the text. He makes references to persons or events outside the essay to make his ideas more clear. For example, he refers to Conch Pyrrhus, the story of Crete states, and the Christian concept of atonement. Of the voice, Johnson is serious, confident, scholarly, assertive, and authoritative. He confidently speaks about the subject he approaches as an expert. The striking balance between assertiveness and cautiousness makes the essay a sophisticated one and makes his voice believable. Literature is the field of intellectuals. I end with special thanks for you all for watching this video. Goodbye.